Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Black Clover episode 66. So, last time we had a little wrap-up of all of our characters coming home from all their different adventures trying to help Asta. But Asta is home and healed, and he was gonna get some time off, and then was immediately given every chore to do in the entire household. So, yeah, it was silly, it was fun, and I enjoyed it. It was a nice little wrap-up, and now we're gonna be, in typical Black Clover fashion, I expect we're gonna be moving on to, like, something new right away. Even though if this is any other show, I'd be saying, alright, we're probably gonna get a couple filler episodes, or just, like, goof around episodes, you know? But yeah, anyways, I'm looking forward to whatever's next in these characters' adventures, so yeah, let's get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. TV Tokyo. The Wizard King saved them all. Single mage. Water. I found that I used to really hate regular water, and then I started my diet and I was like, I need to get used to this. And now I can just drink it fine. I still prefer other things a lot better, don't get me wrong. I drink this flavored water. Usually with my dinners, I drink one flavored water. It's like a little carbonated water. It's actually almost as good for you with water with a little bit of like potassium in it is like the only thing, and I was looking into it and it's not really that bad. So yeah, the only reason I don't drink it all the time anymore is just because I don't really know why. I guess drinking basic water helps me when I'm eating the basic foods that I usually eat with my diet and stuff like that. Yeah, this opening is very interesting. I'm wondering what we're about to be getting into. Man, my glasses are filthy. It's because I was working outside today, and I got really sweaty, and then I didn't wipe them off, and every now and then when you wear glasses, they, like, fog up and get little smears, and sometimes sweat will drip onto your glasses, and other gross things. Alright. Should be good enough, I think. A little smudge on the left, but I guess we'll deal with it. Ah, okay. I guess I should have known with the sun logo. Oh, mimosa. What? What? Oh, Klaus. These two. Wait. I didn't mess up, did I? A study session. When I said, I didn't say anything else when I said that we would have seen a sun, right? Or, like, I saw a sun I should have known when we were at Uno. I didn't say anything else. When I read them say I, the Midnight Sun, I was like, wait, I didn't say I, the Midnight Sun, did I? Because I was thinking the Golden Dawn. Did I stumble into a recap episode? Sometimes I have people that warn me about recap episodes, and I don't know if this is one of them, but sometimes I don't have anyone that warns me, so I guess we'll just watch it, whatever it is. But we are studying the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Yes. We're seeing more of what our people are doing more than what the Eye of the Midnight Sun are doing. Not a very good study session. This guy's hair bugs me. Oh, Fugolian. I hope he can still fight. I hope he recovers from his lack of arm. I forget, did we see them putting the arm back on? I don't remember if it was this show or another show I'm thinking of, but is there magic capable of that? Yeah, he got pulled into this space. Yeah. Well, the arm did not come back out, seemingly, so... Unless they have, like, some kind of magic that can regenerate cells, then most likely his arm is just gone. Yeah. The magic stones. The third eye. And two of them are down. There's only one left. Raya is the last one left. The disloyal. I'm still blown away at how stupid I am at the fact that they told us her name was Fauna when she first showed up, and I'm pretty sure in Mars's backstory they said Fauna, and I just did not put two and two together. Like, I feel like I hope I'm wrong that they, in Mars's backstory, back in the dungeon arc, that we didn't hear the name, and I'm just imagining things. Because I feel like I'm so stupid for not picking that up. I would love to see something awaken in him. Although, maybe we did see what he was talking about there when he fought Veto and got that new ability. Yep. She loves him. Oh, this is cool when they all showed up. And then Asta, right? From the side. He's a distraction. Yes! That was awesome. Oh. Good shit. I guess we did stumble into a recap episode. It's okay though. But you have awoken him. Yeah. The Demon Slayer sword and the Demon Dweller sword. Those swords belong to the Master. He said that back then. Now I know what that means. The leader of his people. Context, guys. Context. Pretty cool. They don't have anyone to... They don't have 3 people anymore, unless they have, like, another 2 that are strong within the Eye of the Midnight Sun, but... But now that 2 of them are down, they're only left with Raya. If his seal breaks again, I wonder who would be able to seal it again. Or maybe by then we just have to kill him. Strong magic region. The underwater temple. Yes. Damn it, Asta. Asta again. Want some of these missions that are making Asta into someone who's very much known in a lot of places, whereas I don't know how many scary missions Yuno's done like this. Oh, yes. This is a cool fight, too. Oh, my boys! That was a very cool moment. I actually remember that being like a cliffhanger when they were like both charging up that attack. It's around here where he got his arms cursed, too. I love how, like, couldn't understand what he was saying, but they could. Granted, obviously, with the subtitles they give us, we could figure out what he said. But Veto didn't seem to understand. I hope they're doing okay. He ended up losing his leg, right? And then her throat got hit, but she said like a word or two right before they left, so I think she's gonna recover at least, and I think we saw him get a prosthetic. It was either a prosthetic or they were able to reattach it. I can't remember. Once again, maybe this is where they reattached it, Whereas Fugolian, they didn't. The different limbs coming off, I can't keep up. Yes. And she actually does significant damage with this, but he's able to regenerate, which is unfortunate. Because, of course, our main protagonist has to be the one that deals significant damage to him, although it wasn't our main protagonist that actually killed him. Roar! His third eye appears, and regeneration begins. Now that we know about Fauna, does this shed any light on how he is? Because right there he said, "You awaken me, human." So is Veto without the third eye a different personality than Veto with the third eye? Well, no, because Fauna was still the same personality. But we know that that third eye is linked to the, like, souls of the, like, elves. The elf that was put into, That's such a cool visual. The soul of the elf that was put into Fauna. This fight was awesome. You've lost! Jeez! That's such a cool shot. I love that shit when it goes black and white like that. Except he is not done yet. He shall self-destruct. Oh, they all work so well together. Oh. It all go boom. Yemi shows up like a frickin' badass out of the shadows. Hey, you dumbasses, you good? Oh, I love him. La. Who are you again? I'm taking all the glory. Oh, that's such a cool shot of him. Eyes glowing, hair blowing in the wind. Cuts through dimensions. God damn. Dark cloaked dimension slash. Jeez. And Veto is dead. Just like that. You're so badass, EMA. Alright. We're up to almost caught up. Yep. Yes. Alright. I'm kind of glad they didn't recap that arc that we literally just finished. That was nice. I mean, they recapped a little bit of the Eye of the Midnight Sun info that we learned, but they didn't show us all that again. And he's eaten, of course. Alright. Reporting to the king. Given the magic stone. Man. I was just thinking about how they're delivering them all directly to the Wizard King. I really hope the Wizard King isn't, like, secretly evil or something and part of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. That is good news. Okay. Oh, shit. I mean, they've already made some moves. But I guess they're making another move. Alright. Ominous. So we are getting a little bit of new stuff. They threw a little bit of new stuff in here. He seems happy about something, confident about something. Huh, okay. So they threw a little bit of new stuff at us, which is good and bad, because sometimes if you're gonna do a recap episode, sometimes it's better to just not put any important information, like that stuff at the end, in, so that way people can just skip it, but it wasn't that bad, though. It's a lot of fun seeing all those fights again, and I think I get more annoyed at, like, recap episodes when it comes to shows I've watched a lot, but that's a personal thing, you know? Like, for instance, like My Hero, I've watched that show, like, many times over, but Black Clover, I have yet to do a rewatch of the things I've already seen, you know, the early stuff yet, so, so when I see a recap in Black Clover, it's a lot better because it's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen in a while, you know, since I watch one episode a week, you know. But yeah. So, I guess I'll wait until right after this since it's about to end, and then I'll say what I have on my mind. Alrighty, guys, that's it for episode 66. So I think what I'm gonna do is, since this was a recappy episode, and I feel bad for those of you that watch week to week, I think I'll record another episode, like, right after this. Like, I'll probably do a short discussion here. There's not much more to talk about, honestly, because of the recappy nature, except for just that little bit of info we had at the end, really, and, like, the format of that. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll record another one right after this, and then I'll release 66. Wait, I mean, I'll release 67 right after 66. This is 66. So keep an eye out for that. If you're watching this one, you should be seeing 67 coming shortly after. So, yeah. As for the episode, the structure of it was kind of cool with it being which is and the Golden Dawn team that we know and love. We didn't really get to see much of, well, we got to see a little bit of them, right, at the start of this arc was when Asta showed up with the broken arms. They were at, like, that village was being attacked. That was like a cornerstone to the Clover Kingdom's defense, and the Diamond Kingdom was trying to take it, and we had there fighting, and it was a pretty badass fight. So we did have them recently, but I guess, like, going through the rest of that arc, sometimes I do end up missing them as characters, so it was cool seeing them again, and the goofiness of Mimosa and Klaus, like, being worried for Asta but not wanting to admit that they're worried for Asta. Apparently he was praying by pouring water over himself and saying, like, Asta, I hope you're okay, and stuff like that, and she wanted to do the same thing, but he was already there, and, like, neither one of them want to admit it, and stuff like that. And then there's Yuno, who was like, I'm not worried, which is probably, the way I take that is not a lack of caring for Asta, obviously. The way I take that is that he isn't worried because he knows that Asta is strong and is never going to give up, and he will find a way to overcome this no matter what, right? I think it's out of confidence and respect for his friend rather than, like, just a lack of caring, which is, I feel like sometimes you can get a lack of caring feeling from Yuno's personality, so, but it definitely is, like, a caring aspect from him, so, but yeah, so that was really cool how they formatted the recap in a study session with them, which, based off the opening, it looks like the Golden Dawns are in it, so I assume whatever this fight that the Wizard King just, gleamed and warned us about is that the Golden Dawn might be involved, which is why we had a recap episode of them studying up, so that way, we kind of get to see, like, they kind of hit two birds with one stone, right? They're able to give us a recap episode for the viewers who, may have forgot some of this earlier information that is probably going to be important. And then they also brought back and brought them and got them all up to speed, and we got to see them get up to speed rather than just assuming that they know things, which is how it all happens in a lot of shows. We actually get to see them learning it, and that way when they show up later on in the show and they're like, oh yeah, like, like, and they know everything about Veto and everything about, like, what happened in the Queen's Forest and everything that happened in, in that cave. That was, like, that, when, like, the snow came and that dude with, like, took all the kids and they were draining their magic and stuff like that, and then it went to mayhem after that, right? That whole bit. Like, when they show up and they're like, oh, we know how all this went down, we're not going to be like, oh, how do they know that? But they're just reading reports that the Black Bulls have filed from all their adventures. But, yeah. Anyway, the ominousness of the Wizard King, like, I didn't really think about it until now because he's such, like, a cheery and wholesome guy, but sometimes those are the worst ones. They get on your side and then they turn out to be bad. I'm a little worried that he could turn out to be bad, but I really don't want that to be the case. And I really, like, I don't think it's gonna be the case, but I just wanted to let you guys know that it went through my mind, right? Like, we're delivering all these magic stones to the Wizard King, and I feel like there has to be a point where like, just in the basics of story writing, there has to be a point where the Eye of the Midnight Sun have a win, and they get all of these stones back, right? And then they do whatever they're gonna do with them, but then our characters beat them after they do whatever they're gonna do, Because, like, they've built it up, like, if we knew exactly what was gonna happen, like, in a lot of detail, then maybe I'd expect it to fail on the bad guy side. But the fact that we don't know much yet and stuff like that, I feel like they're going to succeed at what they're doing. and then we're gonna have to stop them after that. Because it would be really anticlimactic with all the info that we know now if we just collected all the magic stones and then just beat the Eye of the Midnight Sun before they did anything with them, and then that was the end of them, and we moved on to some other storyline. That'd be very anticlimactic. So, I mean, let's be real. It's probably somehow they're gonna get the stones back. And based off me thinking that, I was like, oh geez, and with the Wizard King having a lot of them now, I'm a little worried that what if he's, working for them, because the easiest way to get them from the Wizard King would be if he's on their side, But other than that, with his strength and everything, unless they just, pull off some trickery, then I don't know how they're gonna get it. How they're gonna get those stones from the Wizard King. Unless he just put them in a vault somewhere that they rob, and he's not nearby to defend them, But, anyway. Yeah, I look forward to this next fight that we're getting into, and I'll be watching another episode right after this one, guys, so make sure you check that out. It should be releasing shortly after. I usually do them almost immediately, release them both at the same time, so you should be seeing the next one right away. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also check out my Patreon if you want to see technically the next 2 episodes after 67. So 68 and 69 should be on my Patreon now. Check that out. I also have Patreon exclusive shows where I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen, To Your Eternity, and Black Sails. So check that out if you want some extra content from me and to support the channel. I very much appreciate it. Alrighty guys, I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.